Welcome to Dork Court. This is Dork Court. We're going to judge you harshly, like dorks.
All right. I don't know where Randall is, but that's Dork Court for you. Steve's not coming, even though it's a Randall thing. But we're going to be talking about Black Rain, or what I was calling Blade Runner: The Michael Douglas Cut. There's a lot of stuff going on in that movie, directed by Sir Ridley Scott. Here's some interesting info. I was really happy to see this movie in 1989. I kind of liked it. It wasn't really well received at the time, if I remember correct. Everybody was kind of like, yeah, that's a perfect example of those dopey kind of 90s movie that we're making now, even though it's 1989. And but that's why I love it. It is exactly a perfect example of those police procedurals that they used to do with some wacky twist. It's a buddy cop movie, but one of the guys is from Japan. You know? But I really liked it. It was good. All right. I guess that's it for your first hour. I don't know. What can we talk about? I enjoyed a couple of really cool things with it. A couple lines that stood out I liked was, yeah, forget about your head, forget about your head and start thinking with your balls. I like that one. And I also like the repetition of the line, sometimes you just have to go for it. If there's a line for 1989 that's better than that, I don't know what it is. Sometimes you just have to go for it. Cue the Hans Zimmer theme. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was Hans Zimmer's first theatrical movie soundtrack. I don't know. That sounds like the kind of thing that would be in my head and of dubious factual content. The other thing I liked, of course, was all the Blade Runner shots. I mean, you guys have seen this movie, right? Osaka, Japan just kind of looked like the set they built for Blade Runner. All I needed to see was a white dragon neon sign, and I would have been like, wow, that's pretty cool. They spent a lot of money doing that. Oh, look who's here. Randall Armstrong has entered the chat.
Hey.
What's up, Randall?
Not much, man. How about you?
Nothing. Just told everything I have to say about Black Rain in about 90 seconds.
Okay.
What's for dinner tonight?
Burger King.
Burger King. The burger of champions. Were you following that hilarious thing about the McDonald's CEO?
Yeah, I saw that. That was hilarious.
Yeah. What are you going to do? A guy who takes a little, I mean, whatever. People eat how they eat, but he was just kind of like, I hope this doesn't kill me, this stuff that we tell people is food.
Yeah.
And then he talks about it's a product. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I get that might be a term of art, right? That within the restaurant industry, particular things and products, you're moving stuff out and resources, and I get all that. But that's the context under which you say something like that. When you talk to other people, it's a burger.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost like wrestling, right? I feel like if you're a character, right? You got to lean all the way into the character that you are. And I personally think a lot of CEOs, these are wealthy guys who are referred to as one percenters, and so I mean, that's who you guys are, so lean into it.
I don't know.
If you're eating the food and you're like, it's delicious, it's like just stand there and say, you know what, I'm lying. I don't think it's delicious, but guess what? I think that you think it's delicious, and you're going to keep buying it and make me money. Do it.
You understand? No one in the history of the planet would ever do something like that. Like the last person Trump
would do something like that.
The last person who did was Marie Antoinette. And hey, man, we're just talking about Black Rain. You want to talk about politics, but you don't have to be an astute observer of the scene to go, hey, yeah, the current situation has a lot of echoes with the Marie Antoinette situation, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, be that as it may, Skip. Oh, here, I dug this out. I don't know if there's a great scene when Sato is trying to get one of the currency things. That this fucking thing is over everything. Did you see this is the Frank Lloyd Wright tile from the building.
Oh, okay.
I forget what it's called. The Ennis House, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. The Ennis House in LA, where they filmed the exteriors for Deckard's apartment in Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
His apartment inside is all a set, but they took an impression, like, so that's a cement Art Deco thing that Frank Lloyd Wright made, and they produced them on the job site, just cranking them out to use to clad the outside of the building. It's really fucking cool, actually. It's a really neat thing. He did the same kind of thing with different tile designs on different houses of his, but this is the one in LA that's in Blade Runner. So you have architecture fans and Frank Lloyd Wright fans, and then fucking science fiction nerds going crazy over this house. So anyway, because it's so iconic in Blade Runner, set designers in sci-fi, once you kind of get a good look at this thing, you'll see it in everything. Like Farscape used to abuse it.
Oh, okay.
Because they're like, I think they're 14 inches square. It's like a weird size, but that's what makes them cool, because you can just cover, you just put up 2x4s and plywood and just nail these things into the side. And oh, look, it's a Frank Lloyd Wright wall that just, you can build them as fast as the interns can knock them out of the vacuum form machine. So yeah, anyway, so there's a scene where Sato is trying to get one of the guy who kills Charlie was trying to get one side of the engraving plates, and he meets one of the other Yakuza bosses, and it's just that tiles all over the set. It's pretty funny. I like it. I was like, they really committed to the Blade Runner thing.
That's like in the final, like one of the final act, right? One of the final act scenes.
Yeah, it's the beginning of Act 3. It's he just, it's no big deal, but they're in a set where they're hanging out and having big man conversation, and it's everywhere. Nice. I think I put it in that thread this morning where I was getting the kids all excited to listen to us. Anyway, there's one thing. I started to say some funny stuff in the beginning. Just calling out good lines I liked and everything, so you didn't really miss anything. But the one thing I loved is, Sir Rid started that whole wet streets and neon thing, right?
Yeah.
It's good to have depth and character and color, and it's cool. But like, once he did it in Blade Runner, everybody abused it.
Oh, sure.
It showed up in Terminator next that I saw, and then it was just in everything. And so in this one, I just loved it because I'm just grooving on the movie. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's Ridley Scott's wet streets. He doesn't have to put up neon signs because that's just shooting in Osaka. You wet the streets down, and man, everything looks good. And then as I'm thinking that it's a scene on the sidewalk, the two of the characters are talking to each other, and then just right behind them, so it's not even like it's mid background, the giant truck that sprays water down is just rumbling by, and in the context of the scene, it's just cleaning the streets, right?
Yeah.
But that thing, like, it's the most meta shot I've ever seen in any Ridley Scott movie, because that thing is there to make it look like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then while it's doing its job, it's just like, okay, it's set dressing, moving set dressing. I just really enjoyed that. That's all. How about you?
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I'm glad I watched it. I think it's got to be top 5, maybe top 3 Michael Douglas movie for me.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think overall the movie's great. There was a couple like you talking about lines, right? Andy Garcia for me stole the movie. Like, like that's the guy that I was just like, he's so great. Like he's so like lovable, and he's like, he's trying to like, come on, man, like don't worry about him. We're all together. Sit down with us. Sit down with us, and then
Yeah.
doing the karaoke, the singing, and then like, like he's the lovable guy. I made the mistake of watching the trailer for the movie before I watched the movie. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, spoiler alert, Andy Garcia is going to get killed. And I was like, that sucks. And so I'm watching the movie and I get to that scene, but my favorite line is he sees like Michael Douglas and, who's the other guy? Sato?
No, Maso.
Maso, yeah.
Sato's the guy that kills Charlie.
Right.
Maso's their friend.
Yeah. Maso,
Masamoto.
him and Michael Douglas's character is just not getting along. And I think it's hilarious. Like you just see Andy Garcia and he's like, what is this? What is this? Is this a conspiracy to fuck up my night? I got a good laugh out of that line. I was
he's
like, that's
the
really
young
good.
guy. He's good looking. He's the sharpest dresser in the whole movie.
Yeah.
He's actually the sharpest dresser on the movie on each side of it in the multiplex when you go to. He's like he's the sharpest dresser across 3 movies. So of course he's set up. I mean, he dies in 20 minutes. I mean, he's a human inciting incident, basically, right?
He didn't die until like halfway through the movie.
Nah, it's not halfway, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? All right. Whatever. Why does Michael Douglas do what he does for 2/3 of the movie?
Right.
Because his buddy dies. It's anyway, whatever. That's his role. Is he doesn't steal the movie because he gets killed. His role is to make you miss him for the rest of the movie. And
I think
he's basically fridged, right? That's what it is, to give the main guy a reason to do what he's doing.
Yeah, no, I think that they killed the character essentially to solidify that Michael Douglas now for sure 100% he is not leaving. He's not going to quit. He's not going to give up.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because I mean honestly, like the trouble that they had working with the Japanese police department, you can kind of tell like the way the characters were being written. It's like they were like almost like, you know what, it's not worth the hassle. Maybe we should just pack our bags and go, and then that escalation. And that's when Michael Douglas, even like when they put him on the plane, he's just like, he looks and he's just like, just dips out of the plane,
That was a great scene. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't figure out what he was doing. Like the first bit where he climbs into the little cabinet, I'm like, they're gonna find him in there. I'm like, oh, it's an elevator to down below. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was charmed by that scene. And it's all like going downstairs and looking at, make sure nobody gets him, and then running. It was like a little cartoon scene, like you could almost hear the piano going ding 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 ding, ding. I don't know. I really enjoyed that movie a lot, honestly. And I just remember everybody just capping on it, how it goes by rote. There's nothing new that happens. And I'm like, yeah, that's why it's a cult movie 27 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this is an exact perfect example of that dipshittery from 1989.
I have a theory. My theory is this, and this is obviously a personal opinion. I am not super big into, and specifically like the Yakuza. I'm not super big into like the whole Japanese culture and, the whole movie taking place in Japan. Like for me personally, I'm just like, I could have lived without that.
What are you talking about? Do you like the first Wolverine miniseries by Frank Miller? It's literally
to be honest, I've never read it.
Aren't you a comic book guy?
Yeah.
Do you know about Yuriko and all that? Logan's time in Japan.
Yeah.
It's just I don't get how you do this movie and take it out of the fact that it takes place in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just the
Like, this is
whole.
a weird thing to say. What do you mean by that? It's
So,
like
like, look at all the other action films where the Yakuza is involved. And maybe it's possible it's maybe the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie that maybe just solidified,
you,
like, I don't
first,
care about the Yakuza.
I don't
And
I don't accept the premise of your question.
yeah,
You can't talk about what's right or wrong about this movie and start talking about other movies.
right.
The other movies didn't have anything to do with this movie, right?
Well, no, but it's the theme, right? It's the theme of like who are the bad guys in this film, and specifically the bad guys here. Like I'm so used to like traditional mobsters, Italians. I'm so used to American mobsters. So when you give me mobsters from another country, specifically Asia,
What
Japan, the Yakuza, I'm just like the thing that I love most about Asian culture is going to be martial arts. It's going to be, samurais, ninjas, kung fu. Those are the things that I'm really into. And when I see the Yakuza, I'm just like, like whatever.
All right. We won't explore that because of how it's making you sound. We won't remind people that you live in Tampa Bay, Florida, where Governor DeSantis is. Anyway, I'm just teasing. We
Yakuza
should.
fans are like, how dare him?
It's not
He's
that, man.
dishonest.
It's like it's wildly more nuanced than that. It's not just like here are the Asian bad guys. The
Right.
name of the mob in Japan is Yakuza. It wasn't that at all. That guy Sato was trying to. He was trying. I don't even think it was technically the Yakuza. I just said that because I'm a Gaijin, stupid Gaijin
No, they literally
myself.
said it's the Yakuza in the movie.
So who are the five guys in
Yeah,
the
they're all like parts of the Yakuza, but they're all together.
all right. Okay. Cool. but so the whole point was it Sato was trying to muscle in on that and be like a final boss and whatever the
Right. He was
Yakuza the
forcing his
arcade game.
way in, and then he was doing things his way and not the traditional sense,
So that's
the dishonorable
backwards.
way.
But that's backwards of the Yakuza being a bad guy and like the Dolph Lundgren thing, like you said, and
Yeah.
how you like Sailor Moon and you don't want there to be violence in your Asian stuff. I heard what you were saying. I can't believe your hat isn't red. No, I'm just teasing. Maybe he's been gone for a couple of days visiting her dad, so I'm getting kind of loopy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just a personal,
Yeah, I gotcha. I was just being stupid. So here's the thing that Steve was like, oh my god, he was so excited. He watched this movie on Monday, Tuesday, and parts of today.
Yeah.
So he watched that movie 2.5 times in 3 days because
Yeah.
he was just like he loved the fact that you were watching it. And so I was trying to get him to come in and talk about it because it just would have been funny. Like you and me could have like played a hand of poker or something, and Steve would have had like charts and graphs. Like he's okay, this is what happened.
He would have added the secondary commentary for the film.
But he can't. So he wanted me to tell you that, good job and say cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think if you're a Ridley Scott fan and you love his films, and here's another cool thing too, the director of photography for this film is Jan de Bont, and I believe he directed Speed, which is one of my favorite Keanu Reeves films, and so I think he's a solid director. I think he's a good director. So like to have him working as director of photography, working with Ridley Scott, like just the visuals, like like that. There's a lot of like beautiful scenery in that film. Like I think it's great, like how obviously the influence of his own film, Blade Runner, and you seeing that like in Japan, like the way you guys break everything down, the architecture, that's great, that's awesome. And I mean, and I like Ridley Scott. I don't want to say I love Ridley Scott, but I like Ridley Scott. Because I feel like if I say I love Ridley Scott, I feel like I'm just lying. Like I'm trying to fit in with the cool kids, and it's like I like his movie.
nobody loves Ridley Scott, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, there are. I've met people who are like
I
they
don't.
just talk about Alien and Blade Runner.
Yeah, but that's you're talking about his movies, right?
Yeah.
You're not talking about Ridley Scott. You don't have to love Ridley Scott. You can love his movies.
Yeah.
Dude, I have an alien suit like right over there. I
Yeah.
love Ridley Scott movies. I love
Yeah,
this
yeah.
movie. I think it's great.
Yeah,
I don't love Ridley Scott. He's trying to ruin Blade Runner by opening his mouth. Fuck that guy.
Excuse me.
If I was the queen, I'd take his sword away from him. Talking about that nonsense. Deckard's a replicant. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah, the thing about his movies too is like for me, if I really love a movie, it's like I know I love a movie because I'm like, oh, it's rewatchable. I'm gonna rewatch that movie a lot. Sadly, with Ridley Scott, I'm like, I will rewatch his movies, but not a lot. It'll be like spaced out, you know. So like Alien, I will probably watch Alien like every 5 to 10 years. I think Blade Runner, you know, same thing, right? Like I watched that movie a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago.
Huh.
So I'm sure in my head it's like it's time for a rewatch. And then, you know, and I will say the same thing about Black Rain. I enjoyed Black Rain, but I probably won't rewatch that movie for another, you know, few years, 5 years from now. You know,
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I would make the argument though that doesn't make a lick of sense what you just said, because Alien and Blade Runner are two iconic examples of the form, and Black Rain's a cool '80s romp. Like it's not made to be rewatchable. It's made to be like, you know, hey, Randall finally watched this 27 years later.
yeah.
So I feel like your tone is a little apologetic. Like, I'm not going to rewatch. First of all, I watched Alien, Blade Runner, The First Planet of the Apes, Escape from New York, Die Hard, Capricorn 1, Fletch, Ghostbusters. There's probably another 10 or 15, but I'll just stop it there once a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
those are probably
like,
your
you're
favorite.
going, I haven't seen Alien for 5 years. I'm probably due for a rewatch. I'm like, yeah, I've seen it probably 5 or 6 times since you've seen it last.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I just have certain movies where I'm like I'm a big Superman fan, right? So like for a good run, I was making sure I was watching that movie at least once a year, every year. I actually haven't seen that movie in probably like 5 years.
Isn't your Facebook like Electric Blue Randall or something?
Yeah, Electric Blue Superman.
That's how much you love Superman.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I feel a real connection to the character. I growing up, you know, like gosh, man, the John Williams music. Like, I imagine so many kids growing up watching the Donner film. They wrapped a towel around their neck and they heard that John Williams music and they pretended they were flying. I was one of those kids, you know. And
you see that? Not one mention of how many times Steve has watched this movie. There it is. So Steve wanted me. So the reason I brought that up is one thing Steve said that I wanted to make sure we make part of the official Dork Court record is that Kate Capshaw's in this.
Yeah,
and so he would say this in a different way, but I will support his statement. I don't know what she was doing in that movie. She didn't do anything.
She's the informant.
But
she supplied information
once. Like,
like 2 or 3 times.
But there's only one time where she really stuck out her head and it really meant a difference. So Steve's point is she's there just because she's Kate Capshaw. And I'm like, I don't see a counter argument.
Yeah.
Like, it's like somebody just went, we need a girl, get a good one. You know, and then that it was really supposed to be some Huggy Bear kind of thing. And then they're like, she's available. So like, no, it's a hot girl now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know. I kind of like that. I don't know.
I mean, maybe it could have been a setup for a possible sequel, you know, because they hinted at like, you know, they'll see each other again, you know.
I don't know. Don't you just always say that in a neo-noir? Here's the doll. See you around, kid. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Too bad she won't live. But then again, who does? You know what I mean? It's, you know.
Yeah.
It's noir. Man, Tech Noir though, the name of the bar in Terminator.
Yeah,
That's Walker and I's. The two of us have this little in joke about, here's the wet streets in neon. Let's go to Tech Noir. You know,
yeah,
that was that movie all over it. Anyway.
nice. I love the motorcycles, man. I think it was great seeing like a lot of the motorcycle. Like even in the beginning, like just to give you an idea of like what Michael Douglas's character is like, like doing that race and making a little bit of money on the side. But at the same time, like when the guy's like, "You're crazy, man, you're crazy," like he's not necessarily a loose cannon, but he's the type of guy who he's willing to, like, already in the beginning of the film, like he's willing to go all the way, whatever it takes.
That scene in the beginning is just to set up the end, where when they have the guys, they're doing the great escape on motorcycles and the mud fight and all that. And I was just laughing the whole time because I don't know how well you remember Tron Legacy. Yeah. But like Walker was about 8 when the Blu-ray came out. Nice. And we watched that movie every day for 2 months.
Wow.
Like, literally 60 times. He would always, we watched it all the way through the first couple times, and then he would go, "Hey Dad, he just started at the girls." So the whole beginning of the movie is him racing around on his motorcycle and doing a base jump and all that shit. And they're just setting up that those are all the real life kind of video game skills you need for the Matrix, or the grid, or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the grid.
And so that was the same thing with this. It's like, oh, let's say he's a crazy man on the motorcycle so later he can be a crazy man on the motorcycle, and the audience will go, "Hey man, he's got crazy motorcycle skills. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's popping a wheelie." It was like, I get why nobody liked it at the time, because it is really obvious and it's cliches like that. But
I loved it.
Man, now it was just like a warm fucking cup of coffee. I loved it. It was great.
The biggest thing for me for Tron Legacy is the music, and then of course the visuals. It's sad where everybody was complaining about the de-aging of like Jeff Bridges. They're like, "Oh, the technology is not good yet or perfected," and they were distracted by it, but it didn't really bother me. Like I actually appreciated the effort and the attempt on what they were trying to do for the film, and I really enjoyed it. Like Tron Legacy is one of those films like I will watch, definitely that's, to me, it's a rewatchable film, and a lot of it has to do with just the music and the visuals.
Yes, that's great. My wife just sent me something I have to deal with about the San Diego show, and I was like, "What? Oh, I can answer her." Yes. So sorry, that's why I looked like I zoned there for a second.
No, that's no worries. But I am really glad I saw this. There's probably at least another 5 or 7 Ridley Scott films I haven't seen that I should watch.
Like what?
Nothing comes to mind at the moment. I can look at his film.
That was just a really specific range. There's 5 to 7 films I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Let's see. You probably haven't seen The Duelist. You're not
Duelist?
missing anything. Yeah, you're not missing anything. Have you seen his version of Robin Hood?
I didn't even know he had his version of Robin Hood.
That's a good one. I kind of like that one. Okay. You must have seen Gladiator, right?
Yes. I did see Gladiator.
I was like, are we doing Gladiator next? That would be like, that's cool. Well, so we don't have to do a Ridley Scott one. We haven't really been talking about anything that made me think of stuff for next time. Yeah,
like hold on a second. I'm very curious though. Like now that my brain is like, oh, there's other Ridley Scott films I haven't seen. What are they? I'm trying to look for his directed. He's got a lot of producing credits. There we go, directing credits. All right. So let's see here. Boy and Bicycle. Never heard of that one.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like short films, like 27 minutes. What's his first like full feature? Oh yeah, The Duelist. That's the first one. Then Alien.
Maybe we should just read the telephone book to people.
Legend. That's one of those films I haven't seen all of it.
Okay. I don't know how much we should try to get you watching good films.
I've never seen Thelma and Louise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a great one. Let's do
Yeah.
Thelma and Louise. Do you have it?
I don't think I do have it. Let's see here. 1492 Conquest of Paradise. Haven't seen that. White Squall. Haven't seen that. I have seen most of G.I. Jane. Hannibal. I haven't seen Hannibal. I did see Black Hawk Down.
You're putting me to sleep. We have to do something else. You can't just.
I can't just read off Ridley Scott.
Yeah,
see, there you go. There you go. Right? Like I'm reading off his films, and you're getting bored. Like, is that how boring Ridley Scott is?
No, but you're like, I haven't seen this. Oh, I haven't seen that. It's just that it's not compelling radio, which is what we're doing. Like, yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess you don't really have much to say about this, right? Because you just think it's kind of average.
I mean, yeah, between good and average. Like I said, the visuals look great. The story is good. Acting was good. But like I said, like for me, like the villains, that theme, I'm not a huge fan of. I actually wasn't expecting like the majority of the film to take place in Japan. I thought like, at least a third of the film was going to take place like in the States. So I was just like, oh wow, they, like I think within 15 minutes, 20 minutes, they're like, yep, Japan.
So that's a real deal breaker, huh? The whole like Tarzan in New York thing.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Out of water.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Oh, there was one scene at the end of the film that I kind of was like surprised, right? Like the editing / directing choice, like in that final fight, right? You think he's going to kill him, right? Like he's holding him, and you literally see both of them, and they do it twice. It's hilarious. You see like the wooden spike, and and he's holding him, and it looks like he's going to push him onto the spike and kill him. So the bad guy literally is turning his head, and he looks, and he's looking at the spike, and then Michael Douglas is looking at him, and then he turns and he looks at the spike, and then the guy looks back at Michael Douglas, and then turns his head again and looks at the spike. And then Michael Douglas looks at him again, and then looks, they both look at it twice. And then you hear like this yelling, and then cuts to the door blasting open, and like he didn't kill him, like he's bringing him in.
So tell me why they did that.
Dramatic effect.
You know what it's the mini cliffhanger on the lower right-hand page of a comic book.
Yeah.
It's going to take you a second to turn the page.
Yeah.
And so they go, there's a spike. And he's like, are you going to do it? He's like, I can do it. What, really? That thing? Yeah. And so the second time is to give the audience like, oh, that's right. Michael Douglas just admitted to stealing money. So he's a dirty cop. He doesn't think it's that big a deal. And it really kind of isn't, right? From his point of view.
Yeah. But
if you're going to steal money to pay your bills, this guy fucking killed your best friend and partner.
Yeah.
So the second time is to let the first time's for the story and the second time's for the audience.
Okay.
And so then that's why they cut the scene, and then they're walking through and they're all beat up, and it's like, oh yeah, see, you thought he was gonna do it, and we're not saying we didn't set it up that would have been a good choice, but it ain't that kind of movie because he's a good guy. Wait until he talks to Matzo in his office or whatever his name is.
Oh, and I love that scene at the end where he got was it Mato? I forget the names.
I don't know. I thought his name was Matsumoto. Okay. And then he called him Masa for short.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I mean, like the sound, I'm an old man, and so our TV is in our living room, so the acoustics aren't great.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I talked about that last time. I turned on the captions. I didn't turn on the captions this time because I could get what was going on.
Yeah.
But I didn't get everybody's name because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And so I did like the ending where they talked about, hey, we couldn't find either one of the plates for the
Yeah.
money. And then Michael Douglas was like, I got you a gift. Here you go. You know? And of course he walks away.
I love he
And
like sets it all up too. Like,
yeah.
hey, whoever has both of these, a couple of guys, you can be set for life.
Yep.
Theoretically, hypothetically. I just, yeah, I love that because it was a little.
Yeah. I think
Michael
it was.
Douglas's character was a little more loose because it was the end of the movie, so
Yeah,
it was kind of funny. He gave like the world's limpest thumbs up. His thumb was like, "Hey, way to go!"
It was almost like a Mentos commercial, almost like
it really was.
Just turns like,
yeah. Anyway.
but like no, like but I think it's great because it's that final scene where like it's showing like he's redeeming himself, especially to the Asian cop. And
yeah,
because in the movie, the Asian cop was like, did you take that money? He's like, yeah. And he's like, then you bring shame and dishonor.
Yes, you are dead to me now.
Almost, yeah.
Fuck you in the neck.
You bring shame to me. You bring shame to your friend. You bring shame to everyone.
Disgrace is even worse.
Yeah. And so because a lot of it, the theme is honor and duty and respect, and so. But yeah, no, it was good, man. It was good. Like and it's great seeing a lot of Asian actors in this movie that I'm like, oh, I've seen that person before. Like one of the guys was like a villain in the Ninja Turtles movies.
Yeah.
There's one guy where he's like literally like the Asian villain in like every big, 80s action film. Like I think he was in Die Hard. He was in Lethal Weapon. And so to see him in Black Rain, I'm like, oh, there he is.
You mean the bald guy with really long hair and a goatee?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Lethal Weapon, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in everything, man. There's a meme. There's a meme. When this guy shows up, some shit's about to go down.
Yeah. And who else? Oh, there was a big Asian dude. I always remembered him in the. Oh, you know what? He was in Running Man. I think he was Sub-Zero. And then he was also like in the Three Ninjas movie, where he's like this, either part 1 or part 2. I can't remember which one.
Wait, Sub-Zero's in Mortal Kombat, right?
No, so you remember in Running Man, like all the different guys, they were like had code names.
Which Running Man?
He was the guy with the cold.
I mean, with the Arnold one, or
the Arnold one, of course. Yeah.
You know how many times I've seen that movie?
How many?
Once back in the day.
What?
I barely remember that movie.
Oh, that's such a great film, man.
Is it?
It is. It is, man. Like
Is it? No.
Who do you love? Wait, who loves you, and who do you love? Like
it's horrible.
Yeah. And then you got Jesse Ventura, who's in that movie, which is great. You just have like all these big guys in this movie. It's hilarious. It's great. It's fun.
I was not a giant muscle action movie 80s thing because I thought they were all stupid.
Sure.
Not Commando. Commando's awesome. I love that. But literally, I don't care about the Sylvester Stallone movies. Yeah, man. Never watched a Chuck Norris movie. I don't care. It's all nonsense.
No.
It's all nonsense.
My guilty pleasure Chuck Norris film is Sidekicks.
Okay.
Which is basically a 90s version of The Karate Kid.
Another film I'm never going to see, and who cares?
You're never going to see Karate Kid?
I've never seen any of that Cobra Kai stuff. All you people
Oh my god,
dude! I'm fucking old. All that shit came out when I was like chasing girls. Of course it was. It's all kid shit. Who cares, man? Who goes to see
pop
kid
culture,
movies?
man? These things have huge impact on pop culture.
If you let it, you can't say that. If you have a huge impact on pop culture, that's like Star Wars. That's like the Marvel movies. If
they bring back a series that was popular in the 80s and it becomes popular again,
absolutely not.
It has a huge impact on pop culture.
tell me what the impact on that is. That has nothing to do with just taking the IP being taken advantage for its
We're talking
brand awareness.
We're talking newer generations of young people who actually
Great. What's
so
the
many of
impact?
them don't even care
What's
about
the
pop
impact
culture
on
in
culture,
general,
man?
but there's aspects of it that they'll be like, "Oh, I know what this is about. I know what
can't-
you're talking about."
I can't talk about stuff like this right now because I'll be mean, and I don't want to be mean.
I understand.
But like look at it's not you. See, I will start talking to you about it, and you'll start taking it personally when I'm not in any way antagonized by you holding this wrong opinion. It's just that it's everybody else, man. You know, it's like a lot of folks who make pronouncements like that are thinking that are not looking at the big picture. So they could be right, but it like look at Avatar, for example, right?
Sure.
Each one of those movies makes $1 billion. It has zero impact on pop culture. So, like, you could say, well, he invented a bunch of new, processes to help. Okay, but that's not an impact on the audience. That's an impact on what the audience can see, right?
Sure.
So yeah, that's really cool that I feel myself in real time having a slow motion reflex of hatred and going, oh no, man, that's not really what's happening here. Just have your knees or your reflex of like, wait a second, just it's all good, man. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna show this to Mimi. Hey, look, I wasn't being a dick. Good job, normal person. Anyway. Yeah, I get what you're saying though, too, right?
Yeah.
Is that Well, which part were you saying? Just the 80s action movies had a big impact on pop culture?
I mean, yeah, of course, for sure. I mean, Arnold and Schwarzenegger, that rivalry, that's always huge, right? I feel like society kind of tries to create this whole competitive, like McDonald's, Burger King,
The best part is
Pepsi.
The best part is you said Arnold and Schwarzenegger. And
Sorry.
Of course, we all knew you meant Stallone. But it was just like
Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
I was just trying to play through it. I'm like, oh no, man, that's too funny. I gotta say something.
Oh no, you should hear some of the things that I've messed up on. Right?
Oh no, it's not like that, dude. Yeah. Man, everybody makes.
I would try to do a quote
like that.
Yeah, I would try to do a quote from a movie, right? And one example is the Schwarzenegger line from Batman and Robin. It's like, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age, right? And I'm hanging out with a friend one night, and we're hanging out, and I'm like, what killed the Ice Age? And he just gives me this look like, oh, you've already screwed up. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I have to commit. Like, I've already
just yell the dinosaurs.
Yeah, and I was like, the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And we're just all like hanging around laughing. Like, we all know I was wrong, but it came out funny though.
Half the in jokes I have with all my friends is something somebody said stupid by accident. It's just objectively funny.
Yeah, and then I did the same thing for Speed.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like the line is what pop quiz hot shot.
Yeah,
right? And
pop
I was
quiz,
like,
hot shot.
And I was like, pop shot hot quiz.
That one's harder to defend.
Yeah.
What the hell are you saying there? Walker and I say that in the car all the time. If we're just like driving somewhere and nobody says anything, he'll just go, pop quiz, hot shot.
It's a great line.
And then I'll do some whatever the hand thing is. The wrapped hand. I'll do that. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I feel like what are some of the movies that you want to watch? You want to do a comedy of some kind? Thelma and Louise is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, you know what? I think a while back we talked about The Producers.
I don't want Mel Brooks, man.
He said comedy.
Yeah, but
what are you in the mood for?
Something funny, but like I don't want you to pay for it, right? So like, don't you have comedies on your list of stuff that you have?
Let me check real quick.
I don't know. Meatballs. You ever see Meatballs?
Oh, of course.
Any Bill Murray movies you haven't seen?
That's a good question.
Because we over on Dork Court Actual, we were talking about the difference between Bill Murray and Chevy Chase, and how
Yeah.
Chevy Chase always is a dick in his movie, and through the events of the film, he just remains a dick.
Yeah.
Like Bill Murray starts off a dick, but he's kind of funny about it, so you don't know if he's going to be a jerk. And through the events of the film, he like learns something or changes his mind that he had some set idea in the beginning. It's different by the end, So he always plays a character with an arc, and Chevy Chase never does, and it's hilarious. Once you see that, it's like, oh. And then, anyways, we started throwing in Dan Aykroyd, and it got,
Do you count Tootsie as a comedy?
Yeah, I mean it's funny. Yeah,
I've never seen Tootsie.
I don't know what you would make of that movie, man. It's kind of weird.
Let's see here. I mean, I've seen a lot of Bill Murray films.
I mean, it was just a thought. Well, just look at your list. It's easier that way.
Okay.
I don't know what you have.
Let's see here.
Well, maybe we can do it, offline or something. It's always weird. Chris Sagasag, if you're still here, Chris, blink twice. Tell us to watch something, man. Have you seen all the Star Treks?
No.
Do you want to see any Star Treks? Have you seen Wrath of Khan?
Of course.
Old friend.
Yeah, I've definitely seen Wrath of Khan.
Here he is. Yeah, tell us what to watch, man. We're trying to figure out what to watch for next week. Randall has this thing that he has a bunch of movies he keeps buying through Fandango and stuff.
So there's Chips.
Oh, let's watch Chips. And I won't tell you why until we get there.
Okay.
Godzilla versus Megalon. That's a good one. We never talk about this, Chris. I don't want to make you mad. I'm not really a big Godzilla guy, but I fucking love Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. I love that one. I'm just not a kaiju guy. I think it's ridiculous. Even as a kid, it's like, why are these guys in rubber suits walking over models? I just. All right, what did we say?
Chips.
The one with Dax Shepard, right? And Michael Pena?
I think that's the only Chips movie, right?
Okay. I just want to make sure you were saying that and not season 1.
Yeah.
This will be a great way we can talk about the reimagining of a... Yeah, hey, thanks. Let's give Chris... Hey, let's watch Chips. Yeah, you're right. We should do it. Thanks, Chris. We're giving him the credit. Yes. Actually, I think I still have that. I did buy it. I owned it at one time.
Yeah.
But Walker every once in a while would, when he was in high school, he would just sift through all my movies, and then he'd go, "Do you want these?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't care." And then he'd take them to Amoeba and get like spending money. And so then I'd be like, "Hey, where's Collateral? You said you didn't want it." And I was like, all right. So I got a feeling that's where Chips went, but it's no big deal. Chips.
And then what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, you know what I bought today? They had a deal going on, 5 for $15. And so I got the Beetlejuice sequel. I got Creep Show. And what was the other ones? There's 2 of them that I know you're like, oh, dude, you should watch those.
The first Saw.
No. Let's see.
Lake Placid.
Oh, Harry Potter 3. Yeah. Harry Potter 3, Creep Show, Beetlejuice sequel. But the other 2, Mad Max Road Warrior and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. So all I need now is the first Mad Max. Okay. And I can do my binge watching of the Mad Max films.
Excellent. That's great. You should.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
All right, man. I'm so hungry. Also, I mean, maybe I could tell this one story. So my wife's up taking care of her dad, trying to arrange stuff. He's not doing so well. So I'm taking care of the house, and she's all discombobulated. So last night she goes for a walk to look at the stars because they live in the middle of nowhere. It's beautiful, and they go to bed and lock up the house without realizing that she's outside. So now it's late, like 9:30, pitch black. There's no any. So she calls me and she goes, explains the situation. I give her some ideas of what to try, and the house is pretty secure. And so she had a great idea. She's like, "Oh, their car's open," and I'm like thinking, "Yes, okay, the car's open. You can pull out the seats and make a rudimentary lathe of some kind." I'm freaking out like that, and she's like, "Oh no, I'll just see if the garage door openers work."
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh my god, that's like I would never have that done. They'd find me frozen to death." And but except because they're old and they don't really use the garage, the batteries are dead. So,
Ah.
so she couldn't go in, but I was like, that one's great. So anyway, she just didn't want to wake up Claire, his wife. And
Yeah.
so that's what she ended up having to do. But so that gave me a little adrenaline spike. So I'm up way later than usual.
Yeah, yeah.
And I finally go to sleep. And at 4:30, the cats wake me up because this fucking giant raccoon's trying to get in through the cat door.
Yeah.
And everybody is expressing their displeasure about how things are being run. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I only had like 4 hours sleep last night, which is why, like, dude, I love talking to you. What the fuck am I getting all testy about, right?
Yeah.
I just didn't have a lot of sleep last night, and
Oh, totally understandable.
So I super apologize for that, but
no, I mean,
not just to you because that was nothing the way we talk, but just to everybody watching. I'm like,
well, dude, all the more reason why the pat on the back, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. You add that on top of you only got 4 hours of sleep. Well, sure, you climbed a mountain. You climbed the mountain and you like literally spiked the flag on there. Like this has never been done before.
That's cool. Thanks, man. I wonder if I do get all the credit for having said it myself. Like, oh, way to go, Larry. But I appreciate you saying that. So
no, dude, I appreciate you, man.
All right. Yeah, that was a fun one, kind of, except for me being a dick in the middle. That's cool. Nothing compared to the old days. You'd be crying now. Like, I think he said he hates me. Like, no. I said I hate pretzels or whatever. Yeah. Whatever.
No, it's funny. Like there's just certain people. Like once I know how certain people are, it's like okay, just don't take it personal. And with other people, it's one of those situations where it's like, when they're not normally like that, and then they do act that way, then it's like, okay,
well, sure.
Yeah, then it's like, okay, something's off.
With me, that's the opposite. If I'm just sitting there like this, I'm fucking irate about something. You don't want me not talking and being funny. That's when it's bad. Yeah. Anyway, Chips is good. I love Michael Pena. You do too. Yes. I know you do.
I do have one request.
What's that?
Next week is MegaCon.
Oh yeah.
So next week is not good for me. If we can do the following week.
That's well. This is so funny, man, because the following week is
WonderCon.
No, it's Walker's midterm break.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna be gone.
Sure. So
I'm not gone, but we're gonna be I won't be able to confidently say that I can do any Dork Courts that week. Yeah, so we'll do it in April, man.
Sounds good.
We'll do Chips in April. Hey, that's cool. You can tell us a report because you're going to MegaCon, right?
Oh yeah. In fact, if I play my cards right, and I think Steve will enjoy this, John Carpenter is going to be there.
Are you kidding? You'd be
so my hope is to get a comic book signed by him and get a picture with him. And that's my hope.
You're Facebook friends with Steve, right?
Yeah.
Drop him a quick line and ask him for some tips because he knows John Carpenter's like con floor guy.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because Steve has got a lot of cool little props from John Carpenter movies. So
Nice.
they know who Steve is, if you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe Steve will go, oh yeah, just introduce yourself to that guy and tell him
Yeah.
you're from.
Steve says hi.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know Steve.
Steve will probably go, no, tell him, give him this secret handshake, touch his ear on this side, and he'll hand you a whole bunch of Sutter Kane books.
Yeah.
Screen used.
And I'm hoping also to get a picture and something signed by William Shatner.
Oh, that's cool. What's the kind of thing you want signed?
I'm debating, like I have one of those Batman Superman variant covers where it's William Shatner on the cover. And so since I'm a big DC fan and Superman fan, like it'd be cool if I got him to sign that. But the other part of me is like, no, this guy's Star Trek, like you should have a Star Trek comic book with Kirk on the cover, or at least a blank cover. If I have a blank cover Star Trek comic, then that way I can get,
somebody to draw.
Some of the other captains to sign the book.
Huh.
In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to go with the blank cover. I'm going to see if I can find a blank cover, because I love collecting signatures, and so if I can get him, Patrick Stewart,
all on one book, that'd be cool.
Just get all the captains to sign, like that'd be pretty awesome.
Sweet, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Well, take pictures.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'm there all 4 days. One of my customers, he's also a friend of mine. He hooked me up. He's like, hey man, I'll buy your ticket, and then if you need a place to stay, you can stay at my Airbnb. So I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to pay anything to get in.
Yeah, that's pretty low impact on your life.
Yeah. The only thing that's going to suck is like I'm losing so many hours that week from work that that my paycheck, the following paycheck after that, is going to be a little tight.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully I'll sell some stuff up in eBay.
Mr. Bond. Yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. And how about Black Rain?
Oh, what took me so long to watch Black Rain? Huge thanks to